disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.
Welcome once again to another episode of Fists, Kicks, and Flicks, the podcast about martial arts, movies, and life. I am one of your hosts, Eugene, and with me as always, my podcast partners, Joe Hartley and Angel Diaz. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
What's up?
If this is your first time with us, I want you to know we are members of the Martial Arts Internet Network. On Mondays, you've got Raw with Mimi and Lump. Tuesday is CTE with Chris, Los, and Trav. Wednesdays is Fists, Kicks, and Flicks with Gene, Mike, Joe, and Angel. And on Thursdays, you can get the Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. For more information, you can check us out on all of our social media platforms. Just look for the Martial Arts Internet Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Fellas, it's showtime. What's happening?
Not much, man. Been a real chill weekend. Hanging outside with the family. I had a pool party with the in-laws yesterday, so having fun.
Okay. What about you, Bugs? How did your competition go?
It went good, man. Not the results we want, of course, but taking small steps at improving. So I ended up coming in finalist. I got, I want to say like 9th or 8th out of 30 people in open weight, and then ended up getting 3rd in my division the next day.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, stepping it up, getting better. Just gotta make these small little improvements, but I definitely saw some big changes from my last from U.S. Open to now, which is what's good.
Okay. What do you feel like you need to work on?
Honestly, man, I gotta be busier and I gotta be patient, man. So like busy in terms of just more fakes, just being a little bit more unpredictable, and patience. And every fight and all my fights on Saturday, the one that I lost especially, like I'm winning the fight with like 15 seconds to go, then I make those 2 little mistakes and the fight gets away because I get too anxious. I gotta kind of just calm it down, and I gotta remember, man, it's my fight, not anyone else's.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I had a chill weekend also, man. I've been doing a lot of business stuff, taking care of the karate school, updating some websites. I have not finished updating the website. I made a change to the clothing line website. I changed the web address to Jump Kick Athletics now at jumpkickathletics.com. Because I want to do more than just the Black Belt Club collection that I have there. There are going to be other lines of different clothes and stuff like that. And now that the karate school is doing what I needed to do, I'm going to have some extra time to devote to getting those clothes out to people. So, you guys will be expecting a package pretty soon. And just about everybody on the Martial Arts Internet Network is going to be receiving a package from me pretty soon. So I'm excited about that. So if you guys are listening, make sure you guys go to jumpkickathletics.com and check out some of the stuff that I have up.
Can't wait.
This week we got Hot, Cool, and Vicious. That's the name of the movie. I see Bug's face already, but you know what, man? I am throwing your opinion in the garbage right now because nobody can complain about this movie who enjoys Three Ninjas Part 2 and 3 or the American Ninja. Like, you really don't matter to me, like, what you think of this movie. I have not seen this movie since 1989 or 90, and I was a little nervous when I first watched this movie. I didn't know if I was going to enjoy this movie, but like I said, when I was younger, I enjoyed it a lot, and when I watched it this time, I still enjoyed it. It was not bad to me. You guys go.
It was interesting.
Okay. Wait, what about you, Bugs?
I feel like, man, it's like the kind of like the same thing happened for like what we did for Hero. Like I kind of it was hard for me to follow what was going on. I'll take it, man. The fighting was better. I like the fighting. The fighting was pretty good. But just overall, maybe it's just me. Like maybe I'm spoiled. I'm like a millennial baby, so I'm like used to like better quality movies. And
no, I'm not going to let you get away with that.
No,
because you watch a lot of movies and you watch a lot of old movies. So listen, I'm not going to let you get away with that saying that you're a millennial.
I'm going to say this. I didn't want to go here, but like I would have much rather have us said we're going to watch American Ninja 2.
Oh,
that
okay.
No,
like
no.
Joe, Come on, man.
No. Well, listen, if you take into consideration when this movie came out and how it was, like, it wasn't a bad movie. Okay, yeah, it was kind of cheesy, but that's how things kind of convert when they come from overseas. So if you take that out of it, their humor and our humor is so much different. Like what they find funny and what we find funny, or what they find serious, we might find funny. So a lot of the stuff was that. But when I think about the martial arts, wasn't bad.
No,
I did like the old style kung fu it had to it. I mean, and we'll get into some of the things I had a problem with. But other than that, it wasn't horrible.
See, to me, like it was like a kung fu western movie to me, and I think that this is the type of movie that if it was redone today, like I think someone could do this. They could make this a real good movie. So tell me what was your problem, Books? Tell me, I want to know the problems.
For me, man, I think for me, my real problem. Well, first, maybe it was just like the platform I watched it on. It just seemed, Joe, I don't know about you. Did we all watch it on the same platform?
YouTube?
On YouTube, yeah.
Did it just seem like the picture was never still and stuff was just never adding up? Like,
yeah. So, I had the VHS tape of this movie, right? And it seems to me like someone actually played the VHS tape and recorded it, with the camcorder. That's what it seemed like to me. Like this did not seem like.
You know what? That makes sense because there kept like about 8 times in the whole thing. It kept like all of a sudden like
because it doesn't do that in the VHS tape. Like it didn't play the same way. Like it played like a normal movie. And this, like, you can kind of see the screen moving in and out, and going from panning from side to side kind of awkwardly. So I just kind of assumed someone had the VHS tape and they played the movie and they just recorded it from that like had a camcorder pointed at the television and recorded it and uploaded it to YouTube. That's what it seemed like to me.
That makes sense.
That's what it seemed like to me. So like I don't know, I just feel like certain times like I kind of got lost because I was like, wait, like why is it skipping? What happened? I was trying to like replay it back to hear some words. I couldn't really like. I had my TV on blasting, and I couldn't really hear the what they were saying that well. So I like constantly like kept replaying stuff back to kind of like. I even tried to do like the closed captions on YouTube to see if it was gonna catch the audio so I could read it. But like I said, man, in terms of like martial arts, we're gonna talk about what like the martial arts action scenes. They were good. They were actually pretty good, man. Pretty good. My thing was just again following the story. I just was getting confused, but maybe that's just me with kung fu movies. Like I think I just have like a tough time following it because sometimes it could jump around from thing to thing. That could just be me, but that's where I just feel like that's why I say like I think if someone was to remake it now, they could do it better and make like the plot line more consistent that someone can follow.
Do you know what this movie was?
No, absolutely
like not. What? And I figured this out talking to my father-in-law.
Okay.
This is the Chinese version of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Okay, so that's all right. So
with kung fu,
yeah,
that's what this is.
So
I never saw that movie.
That's it's very similar.
Yes,
very similar storyline.
You saying that, I can see it right now. Like,
and then when you break down the title of this movie, you go, oh, that I think that's what the director was actually going for. It's very interesting.
They came out around the same time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it makes sense.
I thought it was pretty funny. It was interesting.
No, yeah.
So this movie actually had 3 different storylines in one going on, which is a little bit interesting because you don't really see that too often in movies nowadays. Between Captain Liu and Bao Yun-chin, like both of them could have been the main hero of the movie.
Yes.
And that's a little bit different, especially when it comes to how they make movies nowadays.
Well, didn't they basically try to make each other look like the bad guy?
They did, yes, they did.
Yeah,
because they both had like they both killed people, or were a part of people dying. So
yes.
both of them could have been, considered a villain. But let's get into the movie. So, like I said, we have Captain Lou. Now, okay, did you have a problem with Captain Lou, Angel?
No.
Okay. Did you, Joe? Do you have a problem with Captain Lou? Okay. No problem.
I love this fighting.
Okay. Now, did you? What about the fight? Okay, so Captain Lou, he is pretty much the police captain of this town, and he is good with his legs. Okay, he's a kicker. Did you like the fact that they had one guy who was a kicker, one guy who uses his hands, and then we have later on Mr. Lung, who is good with both his hands and feet? Did you like that aspect of the movie?
I did. I didn't mind it at all.
Okay. All right. So that didn't bother you either, Books.
No,
I'm trying to find out like what really bothered you.
Know what bothered him? The sound effects.
No, don't. No, you know what gets me mad when they start doing this. That's what I'm like. All right, yo, come on now. Like you're losing me here. But you are a martial artist. You've been in tournaments. You've seen those kung fu martial artists do that in forms. I mean, so the only thing I've ever seen in a movie that I've seen someone do that actually works, I was at Capro Classic a few years, and I saw two Kempo martial artists fight each other, and they're like traditional Kempo. That some guy came in and he literally hit him with literally like 3 chops, like ha ha ha, and they called it a point, and I was like, wow. I was like, I've never seen some shit like that. The fact that it's 2 Kempo people and Manny Reyes was like the Kempo judge in the middle, I was like, I guess anything can work now. But no, to be honest with you, I like the captain because he was a kicker. He was a really good kicker. Like
he really was
extremely good.
So, like if you saw like the opening credits when he held his leg up and he was moving it from side to side, I was like, oh, like this was like backbone. Like he probably actually did that stunt. Like he was really good. So no, like that's why I say the fighting in that term was good. Obviously some dramatizations I was like, a little bit too much. But no, I like that they had that, like one kicker, one puncher, then someone who could do both.
You know what, Joe? You said something that I didn't even realize was going on in the movie. Like I didn't look at anything in this movie as funny. Like I didn't see any humor in this movie. So there was humor in there. I missed that. Like you're right. You're right. The things that they think are funny, we don't think are funny.
Yeah, the overacting.
Oh yeah. Yes.
The overacting, like when the mom dies.
Yes.
I mean, it was like she died. She looked like she just fainted.
Yes, I agree with you. That was absolutely horrible. Right? Okay, so Captain Lou has a girlfriend, and his girlfriend is just about damn near about to get raped by in the notes it says the mayor of the town. This guy is really, really rich. I don't even know if they even gave him a name in this movie. I don't remember.
The town jackass.
Yeah, so his guy was really, really rich, and he pretty much he actually gave Captain Lou his job. So he was kind of like the boss. So maybe he was the mayor. Okay, so his son is about to rape Captain Lou's fiance, and her mom interjects, and he kind of pushes her away. And when he pushes her away, she falls and hits her head on the edge. Oh shit, that ain't gonna be funny. But anyway, she falls and hits her head on the edge of the table. The way that they did it was a little funny. It
was weird.
Yeah, it looked really, really weird. It looked stagey. Like it was like some bad acting.
Very stagey.
Yeah, she falls down, and then the daughter goes over to her, and then he runs away. So that's one story. So Captain Lou is looking for the mayor's son because he wants to put him in jail for murdering his fiance's mother, right?
Yes.
Okay. Also coming to town is Bao Yu Chen. Now when he comes to town, he goes into a bar. Looks like the center bar where everyone goes and hangs out. And they ask him what he's doing in town. Like he already has a reputation for being a killer. And supposedly he just got out of jail or prison, and he's in this town, and people wanted to know why he was there, and he's just saying, "Oh, I'm just pretty much just sightseeing, pretty much." That's not really the real reason. We find out later why he's really in town, and he stages a fight to break out. he pretty much wanted to show people that he's a badass in the town.
Which kind of made no sense to me because he already had the reputation of being a badass.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, I mean, staging that fight was a little much.
I think he only did that because he did not want people to think that him and his friend were really friends. So, there's obviously bad blood between those two, and everyone in the town sees this. So they're actually working together on something. So I kind of get it, like why he staged the fight.
Yeah, and it shows up kind of later why, but it just at that time, to me, it was like, if you're a badass, just ride that out.
Well, it was kind of at the time at the beginning before I saw what was going to eventually happen. I was wondering why he just got to town. Like, why is this guy trying to fight him all of a sudden just for no reason? Anyway, so someone goes and tells Captain Lou to come because there's a fight in the bar. He comes back and he breaks up the fight, and then he sees Bao. And we already see that there's going to be some animosity between those two. Any problems with any of that, Angel?
Well, okay. So we kind of said it when he pushed the mother. Well,
mm-hmm.
When the mother died, I feel like that was just a gentle push.
I don't even really think he touched her.
I don't think so either. The version that we saw, I kind of saw an arm move, and I saw her fall. So I just figured he gave her a good little nudge.
Because she came up behind him, and he kind of swung back, but he didn't really touch her. I don't know. She could have tripped over an ottoman for all we know, because we really didn't see him.
Listen,
put his hand on
her. They didn't have good stunt actors in the 80s. So
I didn't like that part, but I didn't like, man. I feel like there's always this one person in every international film is the guy. I don't even know how to explain him. The one that was stuttering and had he kind of had a circle shaped head. He was when he went to go tell the captain that there was a fight. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't like that guy.
He was annoying. He was annoying because he's help, help, help.
Yeah.
We need help. It was bro.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's not that serious.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Okay, because do you have a problem with the actor, or do you have a problem with the person doing the voiceover? Because that was not his voice. That was the voiceover.
True. Both. I didn't like the actor's face.
Okay.
I don't know what it was about his face, but when I saw it, I was I just want to punch it. I didn't like it. That's just me.
That's the whole point.
So
that's what we're supposed to. That's what they deemed as funny. And me, I'm oh, another one. I think I saw him in 5 other Bruce Lee movies. Oh, crazy, bro.
That is a possibility. Okay. Also, there are 2 other people in the bar watching everything. We don't really know these people. We just know we'll eventually find out their name is Lee, Mistress Lee, and Mr. Lee. And they're paying attention to Captain Lou. Basically, I don't want to beat around the bush. Basically, they're there because they found out that Captain Lou had something to do with Mr. Lee's brother dying. So that was Mistress Lee. That was her father, right? Was that right, Joe? Or was it her uncle? I can't remember if it was her.
I thought it was her uncle.
Okay. So they're there because they want to kill Captain Lou because of their uncle dying. They think that he killed the uncle. So they're going to try and figure out a way to kill the captain, right? Also, what did you guys think of the landlady? At first I thought she was like when you think about those old westerns, her character is
I thought she was a madam.
Exactly. I thought she was the pimp.
That's 100% what I thought she was.
Yeah, I did too. But it turns out she just ran the bar. She was the boss of the bar. Anything else about her? Do you have any thoughts about her? Nothing at all. Nothing? I thought she was shady. I thought she was. I figured that she was a bad person as I was watching it because she seemed a little weird.
She's on the slide for sure.
So Bao ends up leaving out of the bar, and then he rendezvous with the guy that he got into a fight with. So we find out that it's his friend, and they are actually there in town because they have a mission to complete.
Yep. And his buddy, he had a lot of information, so he must have been hanging around for a while.
Yeah. Now, do you think Bao was really in prison? Like, do you think that he was in prison just to?
I wondered about that too. I wondered about that too. It was kind of like an undercover. What do they call that? Like a plan. Like that was one of his.
Yeah,
undercover.
Yeah, because I was wondering if that was really his real name, or was he just if he was just using that guy's name and pretending to be him.
That's a good idea. That might be
when he came to town, especially when we find out who Bao really is,
Yeah, I think that's very possible now that you say that.
Yeah. Okay. Anything, Books?
I just thought that was Cap. I just feel like he was stunting, trying to look hard. That's all.
Okay.
My opinion. That's all.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple.
What did you think of the son? Did you like that guy?
No. The son was a douchebag.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with what Joe said. It's a little bit cleaner.
What were you gonna call him? First off, you're gonna come in and you're gonna do that kind of crap, right? And then on top of that, you're gonna run away and hide.
And everybody saw you. Everybody saw what you did. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
The people that were there in the house.
No, nobody's good. Nobody should like you at all because why are you gonna run away and hide?
Mm-hmm.
Fess up, fight, do what you got to do, but don't run away like a little bitch. Come on.
Well, his dad was upset too when he found out what happened.
Yeah, should be upset. The dad's got a reputation, and now his son is throwing salt in that. So yeah, the dad should be mad, but dad's not going to let him go to jail.
And the dad is into some illegal activity, so he's bringing heat on his dad also.
Yes,
and he knows the type of person that Captain Lou is because he hired Captain Lou.
Exactly.
And the dad slapped the crap out of him also. And he runs to his dad for help. Captain Lou ends up showing up, asking where him, and he kind of.
And that definitely didn't seem like the first time he ran to his dad for help.
No,
that's probably why the dad smacked him like that. He's like, "I'm sick and tired of you just getting into trouble all the time, man. Like, let me do my thing and just stay quiet."
Yeah. Also, we see that the landlady, she has some type of connection with Bao. Like there's some obvious flirting going on between them.
I kept thinking. This is where I keep going back to her being a madam because I kept thinking she was like trying to hook him up. And,
I did too.
And like raise the prices up on him. See what he would spend.
Bao was a cool guy. I kind of liked him, man.
He was my favorite one of the whole group.
He was a little arrogant. He was a little cocky, and he had good reasons to be like that.
Yeah.
Now Captain Lou, he goes and it's like they're doing a little funeral almost for his fiance's mother, and we get the story of what happened. He's feeling guilty. And, he tells the story of how he became captain. There was another guy who was called Captain Lee, who was Mr. Lee and Mistress Lee's relative. And he was the captain, and he was supposed to be bringing in Lou for something. I can't remember what it was. Do you remember, Joe, what that was? He was bringing him in for?
No, I don't remember, to be honest.
Okay. So he was, and I don't understand why Lou didn't go with them. But so he was trying to fight. He was almost like the son. Like you were supposed to go to jail, and he didn't want to go to jail, so he ends up fighting with Captain Luke. Well, ends up Captain Lee. They end up fighting. Now there's a snake around during their altercation, and it's actually by Lou. You didn't like
what
that
was
part?
That when he wrapped that snake around the damn tree. What was that?
Okay, so what happens? So Captain Lee ends up seeing the snake that's about to bite Lou. He jumps over and he grabs the snake, and then the snake ends up biting him and puts poison in him. And he's wrestling around on the ground with the snake. And then Lou grabs the snake and swings it around. He grabs it by the head and swings it around. And
he was like hitting it on the tree, and it was wrapping around the tree like it was a rope.
So how would you defeat a snake, Joe?
Okay, hold on.
What?
I'm sorry. You didn't ask me if I liked that part or if I didn't like that part.
I kind of figured you did not like that part.
This literally, you saw was a fake snake. He went, he put it closer and said, and then,
what are you talking about? That snake was real.
He literally, he had a snake and he moved it closer and then said, like what?
That was a stuffed animal.
I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, so a snake is just gonna wrap around the tree like that so easily. It just
that was cracking me up right there. But I'm gonna tell you right now, Gene, go back to your other question. I don't mess with snakes. I don't mess with snakes.
So you
if I have to mess with a snake, and the only way the best way is hopefully you got a shovel or something.
So you
got to get a hold of that snake. You got to cut its head off.
So you and Bugs are in the forest or the woods or whatever, and a snake is on him, wrapping around him.
Stop.
So what?
Stop. You already messed up. I'm Hispanic. We're not in the forest. We don't do that. You already messed up. That is where you already messed up. I'm Hispanic.
Hey, man, you and Joe are going away on the weekend. Y'all going camping. Y'all having a buddies weekend.
Yo, wait, hold on.
Y'all having a buddy weekend.
Stop. You met in the forest. We all seen that movie. We are not doing that. This is not Brokeback Mountain. I am so sorry.
Why did you go right there?
Right.
Sorry.
Stop. So anyway, Joe, Angel is on the ground wrestling around with this snake, and it's eating his ass. Okay, so this snake is in him. It's eating him. You're not going to save him. You're just going to say, well, I'll just have to tell Gene that we got to get a replacement for Fist Kicks and Clicks. You're just going to let him die.
First off, if that snake is venomous, he already dead. So,
Gene, you're saying that the snake is eating my ass. I don't know why. I thought about Joe would be like you, and he'll say, "I'll throw some hot sauce on it. I got you."
Oh Lord, where are we going with this?
No, I'm telling you right now.
I just want to know: are you going to save Angel? You going to let him die? It sounds like you're going to let him die.
I'm going to try to save him, but I ain't messing with no snake.
Joe, if we're ever in the forest, and that for some reason I'm in the forest, and you are too, and a snake gets me, I will look at you and tell you, just leave me, go.
Dude, that's a good friend.
It already got me. Just go. Save yourself. Don't even do it.
I would try to save you, but you're probably going to get fucked up because I'll probably be hitting the snake. I'll hit him in the back of his fucking head. And you're probably going to have to take a couple of shots, Bugs. You might going to have to take a couple of shots. But I got you, homie. I got you. I'm not going to let you go out like snake food.
Hey,
I'm not going to do that.
Hey, that's what G would say. This is why I carry a bat around. This is exactly what
I'm going to use my fist. I ain't going to use a bat because then I know you're going to be fucked up. If I hit the snake with a bat, you're going to catch some L's, so I ain't going to do that to you. Well, anyway,
good Lord.
This poor guy ends up dying, Captain Lee, and somehow Captain Lou ends up getting his job. Now, it seems like as Lou is telling the story to his fiance, Mrs. Lee is listening to the story, but she thought something else. I guess she thought Captain Lou killed her uncle a different way because I think she said something to her other uncle about that. Didn't she say, like, are you sure that Captain Lou killed uncle or something like that? And then the uncle did once again confirm that was the case, that he did kill him. So they don't know anything about the snake, and I don't understand like why Captain Lou felt guilty about that.
Yeah, that's a little bit much for me because I mean, what were you supposed to do? You did the best you could. You killed the snake.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I guess he wasn't gonna suck out no poison, So And I'm not gonna even ask if you was gonna suck out poison from Angel. I just assume you just gonna let his ass die. I'm not gonna even ask that because I'm not doing that shit either. So I'll be like, damn, Bruce, you about to die.
Oh God.
Anyway,
if we're smart campers, we'll have a kit with us with some anti-venom or something.
I'm like Books, man. I ain't never been on no camping trip, and I don't plan to go on no camping trip.
I go camping all the time.
I'm not about to save up my money to pretend to be homeless. That's just not about to happen. That's not about to happen.
I never heard anyone say that. I never heard anyone say that about camping. Oh,
camping is more than that. Come on.
That's what it looked like to me. I mean,
to be homeless, yo.
Yeah, I ain't about to save my money to be homeless. No.
Gene, take Champ camping. He'll love it.
Shit, his mama and their family, they do that. They go camping, but I ain't going.
Oh, come on, take Champ camping. He'll love it.
Matter of fact, him and his mom and his best friend. They camped out in their backyard last night. They got their ass ate up by some mosquitoes. And I was like, see, I ain't doing that shit. That's not me.
Now imagine you're in the forest and you got to worry about a cougar and a snake.
And the bears.
And bears.
I don't want to see raccoons. I don't want to see possums. I don't want to see a skunk. I don't want to see any woodland creature. It's not going to be like a Disney movie. It's not going to be like a Disney movie. So no, I don't want to see those characters. No.
Well, for some reason, with the way Joe's beard is growing, I feel like Joe would be, if we went camping, he'll see a squirrel and he'll be like, let's eat it. And he'll kill it and have it on the rotisserie. I swear to God. No, I don't know why, but I feel like if we go camping, you go like balls to the walls. You're like,
yeah, I would definitely have to.
Squirrel ain't that bad.
Yeah.
Squirrel ain't bad.
Well, there we go. That's it. We lost them. That's it. Oh,
anyway, okay, so Captain Lou doesn't really want Bao in town, and he tells him that he needs to leave, but Bao's not really. He does not care about Captain Lou. He kind of just smirks at him. He says, like if I do something wrong, then yeah, I'll leave, but I'm not leaving if I haven't done anything, So I kind of felt him on that, Bao is flirting once again with the landlady. This time, she even, she lets him in her room. She said no man has ever been in her room before. And he goes back there. They have relations. And then he leaves. And it looks like she kind of got attached to him also. And he kind of blows her off. It seemed like she got a little mad, but it seemed like she got turned on at the same time with the way he talked to her and left her.
Some women like that kind of stuff.
When he goes back to his room, Mistress Lee is there, and she is asking him if he can kill someone for her, and he tells her that he wants all of her family fortune and also her. He wants her also, and she was offended by what he asked for her, and she ends up storming out and leaving. You guys got anything to input into that?
Nothing that would be good for our viewers here.
You sure about that?
I'm PG. What I thought about saying is, I'm trying to be a very clean show as much as we can be. So,
once again, Captain Lou ends up going back to the mayor's house to look for his son. And he gets ready to fight with the mayor, but this time Bao is there. The mayor ends up hiring Bao to look after the home. That seemed pretty weird to me.
Seemed extremely weird. That was odd.
Yeah, because even later on, the mayor asked Bao to go with them to help out his son, and he said, "No, I look after here. I look after the house here." Now, if you're Captain Lou, do you immediately want Bao out of the town, especially when he sides with the mayor? But he really can't do anything because he's working for the mayor.
100%. And didn't the mayor just fire him?
Yes, he did. He ends up. Well, I don't know if he fired him at that point. I know he eventually does fire him.
I thought he did so he could stop pressing charges against the son.
Okay, now I mean that's a possibility. But Bao and Captain Lou end up fighting each other. And what did you think about their little fight? One of the things I liked about this movie was there was no special effects when it came to the fight at all. There was nobody flying. there was none of that.
No, it was just straight up good kung fu.
Yeah,
and I like watching the hands versus the feet.
Yeah. And the guy that does Captain Lou, like that guy can really kick. Like, I mean, he's really, really flexible. And some of his choreography, like I really don't know if that was someone else doing those stunts or if that was actually him. I couldn't tell. Like I was trying to look because like we saw him throwing kicks and we saw him doing things, and the way that the fight scenes were done, it didn't look like there was a need to have someone else do it if this guy, is that talented at martial arts.
I want to think that it was them because they were pretty good fight scenes and they were, like you said, it was nothing super fancy.
Now the mayor is pretty happy with how Bao handled Captain Lou. Anything, Bugs? You got anything that you want to say?
No, I thought that fight scene was really good, and that's really what I like how you said. That's what I liked about this movie and its martial arts, that there was no like special effects, no dramatizations. Like everything was kept on the ground. Remember, I think what I said like when we did Hero, like stuff that was on the ground was really good. It was just once they started going through the air, it lost me.
Now, after this fight, we find out what Bao is really doing in town. He is a government agent, and he has found out that the mayor has been counterfeiting money, well, their version of money, and he wants proof that the mayor is doing it so they can bring charges against him. So, in order to do that, they needed to find the mold of the money that was being created. So that's why
the plates
right.
of the counterfeiters.
Right. So that's why he wanted to stay and just look after the mansion that the mayor was staying in. Now there's a fight scene between a couple of the mayor's people and Bao's friend who he had that confrontation with. And Bao ends up getting into it also. And they end up fighting and they ended up taking the money. Did we ever find out what happened to that money that was taken? Because I remember they were looking for it. I don't remember. I remember they were looking for it later on because Bao ends up getting on the wrong side of the mayor later on. He's looking for that money. And I know the Bao's friend had it once they left. And I guess they took one of the mayor's stooges who had the money. They captured him and took him with them. But they never said what happened with the money.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing anything. What happened with that money?
And was that was counterfeit money, wasn't it, or was that real money? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'm not sure.
I don't think they ever really said.
If I had to guess, if it's that much money, it's probably counterfeit.
Right. So word gets back to the mayor that his money has been stolen, and now he's upset. But he thinks Captain Lou did it, right?
Of course he does.
I think he said Captain Lou did, and that's when I thought that's when he fired Captain Lou. Was after that. That's what I thought. I could be wrong. I can't remember. So at this point in time, they decided that they were going to go out, and they were going to go out and look for Captain Lou. Right at that point.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And then that's when we get introduced to Mr. Lung. Now, also, Bao and his friend, I don't remember that guy's name. They end up speaking about the investigation that they were doing, and the landlady overhears it. I didn't think nothing of it when we saw her paying attention to their conversation. I just thought that, she's nosy. This is, her.
She was definitely very nosy.
Yeah, I just figured like this is her business. This is her place of business. So she keeps track of everything that's going on. But eventually, Bao's friend is found hanging in his room. And then that's when Angel's buddy comes out and alerts everyone. And everyone... Everyone goes in. running, and we see him, and Bao goes in also and sees that he has he's been hung. Anything, either one of you guys?
I
felt bad for his friend for sure.
I just don't like seeing like people's feet just dangling like that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what it is, but like I'd much rather them not show the person being hung and just say he was hung.
Mm.
But that's me now. Then watch the movie do that, and I'll also be the one to say, "Damn, man, I kind of want to see what he looked like." So I don't know. That's just me. But I don't know. For this movie, I was just like, man. I don't know. Maybe I just don't like it. Like seeing people like anything with suicide, I just don't like it because that's like a real thing.
Yeah, I got you.
So to me, I'm always kind of just like, like that just sucks.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he was set up.
Oh yeah, that's 100% what happened.
Yeah,
we find that out later. Also, Mistress Lee, she ends up going back to Bao, and she tells him, "Okay, I'll give you my family fortune, and you can have me also. Just kill Captain Lu." And he thinks about it for a second, and he tells her that he can't kill Captain Lu. So now we know that he's a good guy, and she got pissed at him for turning her down. She ends up storming out. Then her and her uncle eventually try and kill Captain Lu themselves.
That was dumb.
Yeah, that was extremely dumb. It wasn't funny to me. It was stupid. They tell Captain Lu who they are, and why they were trying to kill him, and he pretty much admitted, like that's crazy that he had so much guilt for everything that happened. He was like, "Fine, go ahead and kill me." And he opens up his shirt, and she takes a knife and she gets ready to kill him, and she just kind of slashes him a couple times. He didn't even move. He just stood there and just took it.
Barely even a scrape.
And then he tells her that he has something to do, and when he comes back, then I guess he was just going to just lay down and die for them. I guess he was just dealing with the grief himself. But he found out where the mayor's son was, and that's what he was on his way to. He was on his way to go get the mayor's son. He had been hiding out into some caves, and he was on his way to go arrest him and bring him in. He gets there, they're surprised, and they ended up fighting. Now, the mayor and his people are on their way because they find out that Captain Lu is on his way to go to arrest his son, so they're going to go there also. On their way, they run into Mr. Lung. Now, this was dumb to me. Mr. Lung is hanging out in a tree. Like why? Why is he in a tree? Number one. Number two, why when he speaks does he have an echo? Like I didn't understand. Like what is the point to that? He jumps his ass out of the tree and lands on the ground. Did you notice?
But also he looked crazy as hell.
He did. He had blonde hair. He had white makeup on for some reason.
Like they were trying to make him look crazy.
But that type of stuff is in a lot of these kung fu movies, though, aren't they? Because we saw someone like this in the original Three Ninjas. There was a guy that reminded me of this guy, and he didn't.
Yeah, you're right. It's almost like they're like, "Hey, look, it's a bad guy."
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't know he was a bad guy, but now if you paint his face white and make him look crazy, you're like, "Oh, you're a bad guy." Now we know. Thank God.
Right. Now, Mr. Lung he's a badass fighter. Like I said, I have no idea why he's hanging out in the tree, like why he was there. Like he didn't know they were coming. Like, is that his form of traveling, just jumping around from tree to tree? I didn't know. It didn't make any sense.
Oh, he's a real ninja. All right.
Did you like this guy? Did you like Mr. Lung books?
No.
You didn't like him at all? Nothing about him. What about his karate? I mean, come on, now he was the best fighter 1-on-1. They couldn't beat him.
No, they were getting their ass kicked.
Yeah,
well, listen, I don't like that it took two of them to do it, but
I said the same thing. But
I don't like any movie where it's like two people because I'm like, oh, y'all just jumping them. Like he better.
They tried to fight him 1-on-1. They couldn't do it because the very next thing. So Mr.
I know.
Mr. Lung.
Honestly,
say it again.
I was gonna say honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I didn't like the fact that he had the white makeup and blonde hair. Like to me, it just I I don't know. I felt like he reminded me of that dude from the Three Ninjas, the one
That's
that was
what I
like
said,
in the
yeah.
list.
That's what
Yes.
Gene said.
Yeah, that's what I said. Exactly. That's exactly. And when I saw that in Three Ninjas, that's why I thought this guy was supposed to be. I thought he was supposed to be like Mr. Love. But I see that type of stuff in martial arts movies all the time. The older kung fu movies, like a character like that that's supposed to be some type of badass, you know. Now Mr. Lung tells the mayor,
you know what? You know what? Not you. I think I know why. Because
why?
the Chinese culture, like for them, a bad guy, they believe in like demons, and they try to ward from demons. So maybe that's them saying, maybe that's their way of saying like this is not just a bad guy, but like this is a demon.
Okay.
That's how they view them. I'm wondering. I'm going to have to look that up now. I'm curious about that now. It would make sense more than just saying, "Hey, look, it's a crazy guy."
Yeah, because I mean, no one else looked like him in the whole movie. Nobody else was
No,
blind.
not a single person. Just
nobody
him.
else had makeup on or anything. Did you notice that when he walked regularly, like he had a limp? Did you notice that?
No, I'm going to have to go back and look.
He limps anytime he's walking around by himself without any type of fighting. He's limping, and I was like, well, damn it! Why don't you stop jumping out of trees and jumping off buildings and everything? So, like, come on, man, you're gonna need a hip replacement pretty soon.
Maybe he wants to do
whatever. Wait. So these guys are not only getting beat up one-on-one, but they're getting beat up by a guy who's injured. Damn,
yeah, a handicap man. Yes, a handicap martial artist. Yes, exactly.
Man, they're sorry.
So then, now Mr. Lung also has information. He tells the mayor that Bao is not who he says he is, and he's actually there to investigate him, and he's with the Chinese government. So the mayor and Mr. Lung and all of his people, they end up going back to the house, and they see that Bao is there, and Bao had just found the plates for making the counterfeit money. So now they're there, and they're there to fight. Did you like this fight scene? You had to like the fight scene between Mr. Lung and Bao. You like that, right, Bugs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
good
cool.
Fight scene.
Yeah. So, but
that was a good fight scene. That was solid.
But he could not hang. Bao could not hang with Mr. Lung. So we see his skill. And he pretty much beats up. Bao. And he said, then I think Mr. Lung even said, like, how are you going to beat me with just two fists? Like, you know, because Bao didn't kick at all. He doesn't do any kicks. He's just good with his hands. Mr. Lung is good with both his hands and his feet.
That's it. So it's because they couldn't fuse themselves together. They said, let's jump them. then it's the ultimate ass whooping.
That's right. Bao and Captain Lu are not Vegeta and Goku, so they could not come together
to defeat him. If I was him, I would have just got that damn snake and I would have threw it right on him.
The snake was dead. So he couldn't do it.
I would have said, find another snake.
I would have said, let's go get another snake and we'll throw it right on him. Let's see what he can do with that.
So after Bao ends up escaping, he gets away and he escapes and he runs back to the bar and the landlady is there, and that's when we find out that she's with the mayor. She's in cahoots with the mayor. She ends up pretending that she's about to take care of Bao, but she ends up putting some drug or something in some tea and giving it to him, and he drinks it, and then as he's drinking it, he's realized that he's just been drugged, and you know, he knows something bad is about to happen.
He just got real feed.
Right, basically. So back to Captain Lu, he is bringing the son in for murder, and that's when the mayor shows up with Mr. Lung, and now we see a fight between Mr. Lung and Captain Lu, which was also, to me, it was a good fight also.
Yeah, it was great.
Now, like you said, Joe, Captain Lu did lose his job as the police captain. And there was another guy who seemed pretty lame. Like he seemed like he was just a flunky. Like he didn't really seem like the type of person who should have been considered the police captain, because he seemed really, really scary. And he couldn't hang. Yeah, not at all. He was nothing like Captain Lu. Back to the fight with Captain Lu and Mr. Lung. They're fighting each other. And it's going back and forth, and Captain Lu seems like he's doing better than Bao did as they're fighting.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Now the son tries to get involved in this fight, and then Captain Lou ends up taking him out. Now I saw him kick him a couple times, and he laid him out. Did he? It looked like he killed the son. Like, do you think he killed him? Because we never seen the son ever again in the movie. He never shows
he
back
killed
up.
him. I
didn't
maybe
think so
put him
either.
out, but
That's what I thought also. But we saw the mayor run over to his son. He grabs the son. He holds his head up. He looks at him. The son never moves. He never does anything. And then the mayor gets up and he's pissed. And then he runs over to Captain Lou, and he's about to do some martial arts on him, and he's stopped by Mr. Lung.
Mr. Lung.
He's stopped because Mr. Lung's pretty much handling it. Now back at in the town, the new captain is getting together with all of the other people who were just kind of just background people that were in the bar, and also the Captain Lou's fiance. And they find out that Captain Lou and Bao have both been captured, and they want to get them out. So they come up with a plan to rescue them. Both of them are tied up in somewhere. We don't really know where they're at. And the mayor is actually looking for the money that was stolen. That's pretty much all that he was really concerned with.
That's all he cares about.
Yeah. Of course, I mean, that was a lot of counterfeit money that was lost. And then we see that the landlady is involved. We see her with them, and Mr. Lung is there. But they're not really concerned. Like, they didn't seem really surprised when they saw her.
Not one bit.
And you guys got anything else? I know she slapped the crap out of Bao as he's strung up.
No, of course. when any other time, she wouldn't have had that.
Right.
She wouldn't be able to do that.
So now there's a plan to get all of them out. What did they say? Did they say, did they know what their money was? So they were everyone ran out to leave. And then that's when the town people all came in with also Mr. Lee and Mistress Lee. They all came in to rescue Bao and Captain Lou. Now, Mr. Lung has taken another group of people away to go get this money, and they end up going into like this abandoned building. When they go in there, the doors get shut on them. Now, I thought this was cool because Mr. Lung was pissed when they closed the door, and he jumped through the damn ceiling, and then came out outside. And I was like, "Oh shit!" Now he's pissed. He told the captain like you shouldn't
about to go down.
You shouldn't have double crossed me. And then he pretty much kills all of them, everybody that was there. They end up, after they beat up these guys, they end up go back, and they see what has happened between the town people and the remaining members of their team that was there.
Yep.
And they were pissed. So Mr. Lung is going to fight Bao, and he's going to fight Captain Lou one-on-one. And he does fight. They're getting beat up. Actually, he's going back and forth, but Mr. Lung is pretty much beating. He's pretty much
he's handling them pretty good,
right? But then they find out that it's better for them to work together as they're fighting Mr. Lung, and then that's when Angel's favorite part of the movie. They started to win. So yeah. What did you want to happen? Did you want one of them to go down and get hurt, and then
what I would have wanted like whether it be like one of them gets hit and one of them says, okay, well, in order for me to win, I have to do both. Like, you know what I mean? Like, have it where someone goes down and they're like, you know, okay, like this is me and my creative imagination. Like one of them go, like, let's say, right, boom, I'm kicking, Joe's punching, Gene, you're beating our ass. You hit me down, and I'm like, Joe, you have to kick and punch. And then Joe's like, I feel it. And then he starts doing both, and then bam, we end up winning. And I can sit there and be like, yes.
I can tell you why that wasn't going to happen, because neither one of the other people ever used that other technique throughout the whole movie. Like, never. I don't think Bao could kick because he doesn't know how to kick. And I don't think Captain Luke can punch because he doesn't really punch throughout any. So how can you do something that you're not good at? Like I wouldn't like if I was fighting in a tournament. Like I don't kick with my left leg. I don't kick. So in a tournament, like I'm not all of a sudden going to start kicking with my left leg. Like I'm going to be
better if you want to win.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to kick with my left leg at all. You know, maybe a side kick. That's all you're going to get out of me. Kicking with the left leg. Maybe a side kick or a whack ass roundhouse kick just to get a little bit close to start out the reverse punch. But I'm not expecting that kick to land. You know, so I can't really expect for them to all of a sudden pick up other skills in a fight that's probably going to result in somebody dying. So that's why I couldn't get with that, Bugs. But I kind of like the choreography in the fight scene that they had.
No, that was good.
Yeah,
it's pretty nice.
So they end up fighting, and eventually they learned because they did the technique, and they both end up hitting Mr. Lung at the same time, and they knew, okay, in order to do that, we're going to have to work together as opposed to individually. And they end up working together, and they end up beating and killing Mr. Lung, and he's done. Now, the landlady, she ends up dying earlier in the fight when the town people came in. She ends up getting stabbed by someone. Now, Bao looked a little sad when that happened. Also, the mayor ends up dying also. I believe he was stabbed also, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was stabbed.
Yeah. So, and like I said, the son never shows up again. So I just assumed that he was killed by Captain Luke by those kicks. I don't know, maybe those kicks were just too hard for him.
You know what? Those kicks of fury, can't handle.
So they end up taking out Mr. Lung, and he's done. He's dead. And they pretty much just wrap up the movie. Bao is, he does tell earlier in the movie, he does tell Captain Luke that he is with the government. He's a government official, and why he was there to investigate the mayor for counterfeit money. So at the end of the movie, he's getting ready to leave, and he talks to Captain Lou and his fiance, and then also Mistress Lee decides that she is going to ride off with Bao, and I don't know, it seemed like going on another adventure or something with them. Because
there's going to be an adventure.
Yeah, because he was envious of Captain Lou for having a woman, and that's when she shows up also.
What did he say? I'm better looking than you, and you got a girl. What happened?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, he does say that. Yeah. So, and that's the end of the movie, man. So I did not mind this movie at all. Like, I like the story. Nothing happened in the movie that kind of took me out of the movie or anything like that. Bugs, what would you grade this movie?
I would grade this honestly a C+, B-. Oh,
I'm surprised you gave it something that high.
I told you the martial arts was really good.
So the martial arts is what really saved the movie for you.
Hell yeah, that story was crap.
I like the story. All right,
the story was fine. I like the story too.
Can't with you, man.
I enjoyed it. Like the story was fine. Like any movie, like this storyline could be in any movie today. If they updated, if they updated, the movie, like they can make that real sweet. Joe, what would you grade the movie?
I'll give it a B. Okay. I really, I'm putting myself like if I was just starting martial arts, around this time and stuff, and I saw this movie, I'd be like, this is some really good martial arts. The story is palatable, and so altogether, I'd be happy with it. So okay. Yeah,
I also would give the movie a B. Also. So that's not bad, especially for some of the movies that we've seen. So that's not bad. If you could change something to make the movie better, what would it be?
I would want to see this movie made in today, like just to see like the way how like modern cinema has changed. I would want to just see this movie done today. Like it's not even like one particular thing. I would just want to see like a reboot kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, or just let's get rid of some of the overacting and some of the antics and definitely the sound effects. The sound effects that's a thing that they used to do in that time, I guess. So let's take those out.
I definitely think that if it was done now, the overacting would not be a thing. That wouldn't be part of the movie. They would have pretty good actors. Like if Jet Li was in the movie. And some of those guys
does anyone do kung fu like this anymore? Like that kind of that
I don't think
smooth
so.
kicking, punching, all the I don't know if we see that nowadays.
Get no, not Jet Li, get Donnie Yen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be good. Yeah, that'll
Donnie
be good.
Yen, yes. Because he's the one who did It Man. Get him to do it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with that. Yeah, I can work with that. Okay, that's cool. All right, so what's next? I have no idea. Like I picked this movie last week.
I put out a list for you guys. Come on.
Oh, I didn't.
I saw it. It's okay. I saw the list. Joe didn't fall on deaf ears. I got you.
No. It's Sunday. It's Sunday.
No, I was trying to help. I was trying to help us have some choices. That's all.
No, but it's actually good. You guys want to try and do Blood and Bone?
I have never heard of that movie. I have no idea what it is.
Let's try and do something. Let's do Blood and Bone, and I'm gonna see if I can get us a special guest speaker. I'm gonna try.
Okay. Wait, do you know who the last bad guy at the end of Blood and Bone is?
Yeah, I know.
I never even heard of this movie. I didn't even know it existed.
You never heard of it? It's Michael John White.
I never heard of this movie up until 30 seconds ago.
The last fight scene is Matt Mullins.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this movie, so I don't know nothing about it. Like I've never seen the cover of the movie. I don't know anything about this movie, and I know I know I'm a disappointment to the big sushi himself, Jeff Dawes. My bad, homie. I have not heard of this movie. I have no idea what this.
How have you never heard of this movie? It's on Netflix.
Yo, Jeff is acting right now.
Yeah, I see. I saw
the makeup right now. For people who don't know, Jeff is acting. He is in a zombie movie or show coming out. We'll let you guys know. Breaking news right here. Power!
It'd be kind of funny to see Jeff Dawes do a kata as a zombie. That'd be kind of funny.
That'd be interesting.
He's gonna do this. He's gonna go. Ooh, gee!
All right, so what's the name of the movie again? Blood and Bone. That's what we watching next. Okay, and it's on Netflix. Okay, cool. That's our next movie. Okay,
it should be. That's where I originally watched it.
It's on Netflix. I have the movie myself.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Like I said, it's cool. Like I have no problem watching it. Like I said, something different. But give me a synopsis of the movie. Like, give me a synopsis. Like I don't know what I'm walking into.
Just really quick. I honestly, it.
Something that's not going to spoil the movie, but just give me a general idea.
It's supposed to be like a B-rated movie, but this is actually one of his best movies that Michael John White did. Basically, he's a convict. He just got out of jail, and he goes back to like his hood to kind of get redemption for like a cellmate that he was friends with. So by him doing that, he just does a bunch of street fights to get money, to make money, to get to the guy that he wants to. That's it.
Gotcha. You don't got to tell me nothing else. Okay, cool. That's sweet. Okay, sweet.
Hold on. It's not on Netflix right now. It says it's on Crackle.
Okay.
Or you can find it on your special.
Yeah, I might be. I don't know. It might be on my apps. I don't know. I have to take a look. But I do have Crackle also. I just don't know if I want to watch it with the commercial because I'm not going to be able to fast forward.
I know. I'm right there with you.
Like
yeah, commercials ended from you, man.
Okay. You guys got anything else? Any closing remarks or anything?
Nothing good. Make sure we download, we listen, share with a friend. Let's get these numbers up. Let's go.
Tell your mama, tell your kids, tell your husband, tell everybody.
All right.
Find a stranger, take their phone.
Tell everybody. Blow up fist kicks and flicks. All right.
Yes.
All right. So we don't have anything else. You guys stay safe, stay strong. Make sure you guys go check out my comic, Jump Kick Comic, and also Jump Kick Athletics. Stay safe, stay strong, and we will holler at you guys next week. Director, play my music. Director?
Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.